All right, GM. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this set up. So I'm going to tweet out something here in just a minute. But Rooster, I'm thinking we start off the tourney in 15 minutes. That was kind of the game plan, starting at 12:30 Eastern time and basically 15 minutes warm up on the space to be able to get everybody in here signed up and ready to go.
Yes, sir. Still accepting entries here.
Still accepting entries. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and link the Discord up at the top. And again, if you are not in there and have not signed up yet, check out the Discord. Link is in there, and we'll get going here in just.
Also pretty good too. There's only I think 18 signups so far, so you pretty much have like a 18% chance to win a stonk at the moment.
Hey, so here's the deal. Right now, with number of signups that we're at, I am going. We're at 2 stonks for first place, 1 for second. If we get up above 40, I will go ahead and up that number. So right now, though, again, I mean, it's still a poker tourney to be able to win a free stonk pretty easily with only 18 people in there.
Loading up my 15 burners right now.
Give me 1 second. I'm tweeting out the space. Yeah, this is the 81st consecutive episode, which is pretty crazy to think about, man. Number 81. I need to get the app pulled up. Dude, I might. I'm so tempted to just enter and basically just give my chips away this time. But like the only thing I'm worried about as far as entering, other than kicking y'all's ass, is just the idea that it's going to be 10 times harder to actually be able to go through and commentate. And you've got to have like one person that's pretty invested into the commentary throughout the thing. And if I'm not, it gets difficult. And you do an amazing job double tasking. I don't get how in the world you do it whenever you do these tourneys. If anything, you've got an excuse as far as like your lack of performance the past several.
Yeah, at least if I have an excuse of lack of performance, because sometimes I don't get one.
You know what you need to do? You need to get a second entry with get the girlfriend in on it.
She's getting ready for work right now.
Does she play poker?
No, absolutely not. In fact, she's tired of hearing me play it too. So,
it's awesome. Hey, you got to tell her hey for me. It was fun meeting her last weekend. If y'all don't know, not poker. Yeah, poker really batted out of his league. Rooster really batted out of his league with this one. But if you're in here right now, again, you guys should hop up on stage with us. It's more fun when more of y'all come up here. It's not that intimidating, I promise you. Dude, I swear, man, like we've got a really shy group. There are the people that show up every single week, and I see them in the audience every single week. But a lot of them are just really shy. Yo, Sandy, welcome, man. Welcome.
Right. Stage fright and performance issues.
Okay, I need to go over here. Go to the link. Let's see. The link is in Wonky Games if you're unsure. So, whenever you get to the Discord, which I've pinned up at the top, go to Wonky Games. You still have another 9 minutes to be able to sign up for this thing before we officially kick it off. Right now, we are at 20 registrants. So again, you're only going up against 19 other, I guess 20 other people if you're joining late at this moment. But either way, man, like it's, it should be a little bit easier. But at the same time, Rooster, it's one of those things where right now, like it's just a sign of the time with the market where, we're at a place right now where the lack of engagement on the timeline reflects what is actually happening outside of that as well. And it's one of those things I really think we're going to look back on this period and we're going to laugh about it as far as just a bottom and everything. And it's been fun, and I think it really will be fun on the other side of it, because you look at the core community of the people that are really here. Like, dude, these are the people that you get extremely close to on the other side of things.
Yeah, what's funny is on the inverse of that, uh, I don't know if I went and saw some voodoo witch or what the deal is, but my engagement has started picking up in the peak of the bear, and that may just because I'm not drowned out by everybody else. And then my win rate seems to be picking up a little bit more as well. So it's yeah, inverse bear right now. It's I'm enjoying it anyways.
That's amazing, man. When did you notice it starting to pick up?
After I paid Elon.
No joke. Are you kidding?
Absolutely, yeah,
Bro, it
absolutely.
makes sense though. Like, he's literally said that you get an engagement boost as soon as you get the blue check mark.
I held out for so long because really I'm not one to like fish for engagement on Twitter or anything. It's not like I'm trying to grow to a massive account, right? And to I was gonna comment on your tweet the other day about who do you think's gonna be a main character in the next bull run? And I see all the pick me, pick me, pick me people in the in the comments, and I'm like, what these people don't realize is you don't want to be the main character. You
Well,
get targeted.
okay. I thought about this, and for a minute, I agreed with it, and I said that you don't want to be. But then I thought about it, and it's like, no, you do want to be the main character, because if you become the main character, you did something right. You just want to be the main character and have the discipline to step away at the right time.
I mean, okay,
But
but
it's tough. Like, you get a god complex, and I think that's what ends up happening to everybody that gets to that point, right? They just don't know when to walk away from the table.
yeah, you being the main character, potentially did something right way in the past, right? Let's take Machi, right? He's been the main NFT character for the last 7 months or so, and right he has fuck you type of money, right? Dude's deleted over like 5,000 Ethereum out of his wallet within the past couple months. I think it's actually closer to 8 or 9 or maybe even 10. And to get that much, you probably did something right in the past, but ever since he's became the main character, it's been down only for him.
Yeah, and somehow he's still here, which I don't understand, man. I've heard multiple rumors about how much he got his money, but one way or the other, the dude has it, and I respect his conviction, if nothing else, to just continue to burn it and stick around.
That's the thing. Like, at least in my opinion, stonks are nowhere near big enough for Machi to put up any type of bid wall to it. But if I
Yet,
were,
man, yet.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But if Machi's bidding on my project, I'm yeeting like into his bids. Like I'm allowing him to like let him give you the exit liquidity, and then rotate or buy back later. Like
Hey,
it's pretty much
I'm
a
just
death
saying,
knell.
Machi follows 600 and something people. I'm one of them, so he sees the stonks. Pixel Rich, what's going on, man? I saw you had a question. By the way, guys, 4 more minutes of signups left before we actually start this tourney. We are still right now. We're at 21, so 21 people to be able to compete against. Sandy, what's up, man?
I am trying to buy my first Wonky right now just so that I can get in this tournament because I remember the last time I talked to you guys that you told me about.
Yo, let's go, man.
So
Okay, we'll hold
I'm,
off
I'm
on you.
working on it
We'll
right
wait.
now. I'm working on it. I'm sending funds to Coinbase wallet. I took everything out of there after failing and absolutely wrecking myself on base.
Dude,
And yeah, my base experience started really well, and then I just like absolutely shit on my own self, and then I was like, all right, I'm going back to my Solana game, like, so I'm now messing with some Solana NFTs.
love it, man. Love it. All
Part of the
right,
game.
well, we'll give you an extra
All right,
minute.
cool. I'm gonna try to get that. But I have a question though. I mean, is it okay to bring up a Solana NFT in here? I just want to know if you guys have heard about this one.
Yeah,
Is that
go for
okay?
it.
Is that legal? Okay, cool. I'm curious if you guys have heard of Play the Heist, and also Brawlhalla is kind of like going off. I don't have any of those, but I've been involved in Play the Heist, and I kind of like it. I was wondering what you guys thought.
I've actually never heard of it. And, I think maybe it's because my exposure to the Solana ecosystem as far as the NFT side of things is just a little bit more limited. We get the occasional Solana guest that comes through here, but it's not, I don't know, man. I like, maybe it's just my echo chamber and I don't really see them as much, but I primarily see ETH NFTs pop up on my timeline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm familiar with the really big Solana collections, but I think as it starts to dwindle out from that top,
Yeah,
that I'm not sure. And like, who knows? It's the project you're talking about, a top
yeah.
one,
Play
and
the Heist.
like it's just a
Play
newer.
the Heist market cap is #2 in Solana right now after they merged the two different sites.
Shoot,
It's crazy.
okay.
Yeah.
Rooster, do you know about it?
No, dude. I only care about two Solana projects at the moment, and that's Pandas and Mad Lads.
Yeah, it's right under
I'm
Mad
not
Lads, I think.
dwindling down like the amount of projects I hold, just because like it really doesn't make sense to diversify yourself into 20
Too
plus,
much.
30
Yeah.
plus, 40, 50 projects. Like really, if you're trading with under 100K, you really should only be into like 5 projects. So I've been working on just consolidating my holdings, not trying to spread too thin, because then it's way too much to keep track of, way too much to manage. You're gonna miss buy and sell signals on pretty much everything. So yeah, on for Solana, pretty much only Pandas and Mad Lads.
I respect it. Yep. I think a lot of people are just so like it's one or the other though, and then they get defensive. But I'm all about it. Like I have some other Ethereum NFT exposure. I was like, man, I don't know why I come in these spaces every time, and I'm like, why don't I have a wonky stock already? So I'm sorry, I let you guys down a little bit. I'm getting on it right now.
No, bro, you're good, man. You're good. It's one of those things where I really think it's going to be. It's kind of like what my experience with pandas was last year, where I kept saying to myself, "Bro, I love pandas. They're super cheap down here, but I've got plenty of time to be able to stack with how long it's taking to mint out. I'll do it eventually. I'll get there." And then, like one day, out of nowhere, pandas just shot through the roof, and it happened. And it was like I didn't not have a huge exposure because I didn't want to. It was just one of those things that kind of slipped my mind and like escaped me. So I think it can happen easily. So I respect you for doing it and getting in the game now. So what's the progress right now?
I am I'm converting some Soul to ETH and sending it to my Coinbase wallet right now.
Rooster, is there a way that we can get him in right now with like I don't know. I guess I could just shoot you a. I could
You can
shoot
just
you a
DM
link.
him the link,
Yeah, I promise I'm buying it.
the
I'm
poker
not,
link.
I'm not
Okay,
afraid.
yeah. Check the Discord. Rooster
I'll
will
just die
approve
on.
you. Get in the game thing and just sign up right
All
now,
right.
and he'll approve you because you're
Discord's for
getting.
holders
You'll be
only, but
okay.
I'll just DM you the link real
Thanks, my
quick.
bro. I promise I'm
Yeah.
buying it. I'll take a screenshot. It's Sandman on Discord. I just
All right. Bullish Baxter, what's up, man?
DM you
What's
through
up? How
Twitter
are you
though.
doing?
I got you.
Doing well. Good to have you back up here, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I'm trying to get in this poker tournament. I'm going through this Vulcan verifying address. It said next step, set your OpenSea bio to the unique string. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, so go to OpenSea. Essentially, you just click on your profile. Go to OpenSea, click on your profile. Settings, I think.
Noob alert over here, dude.
Bro, you're fine.
And then
That's why we
copy and paste into bio. Copy and paste what Vulcan tells you to in your bio, and then it should accept it pretty quickly.
Let's see here.
But don't forget to save what you put in your bio so it can read it.
Verify.
Also, Sandy, I think I sent you the DM. Yeah, I sent you the DM on Twitter, so you can just click that link.
Okay, perfect. I'll give that a shot. Thank you.
No, man, that's why we started a little bit early to be able to give people that had a chance a question before we got going, because want to try to get as many of y'all in here that are trying to do it as possible. So Sandy, Dexter, just let us know whenever you guys get approved, and once you guys get up and in, we will start this thing.
I think I'm in there, but I'm still trying to keep my work.
Now we're just waiting for Bull.
The Wonky right now.
Amazing. Crow, what's going on, man?
Hey, good luck to everybody. I got a bounty on Rooster as usual. Got to keep that tradition going.
Oh,
yeah, is it a Sunny again?
Yeah, might as well be a Sunny.
All right, so a Sunny for whoever knocks out Rooster. I love it.
Hey, way to take a joke too, Kaleo. I was laughing at myself when I typed that out.
Which one?
The we're all set as long as you get. We're gonna be set once you start getting a couple calls right.
Oh yeah. Eventually, man, one day. If you just inverted all, then I've been on a hot streak. So.
I ain't that brave.
Nah, right.
I want to ask you, Rooster, how's the bachelor life treating you?
What about a good basket forecast? That doesn't exist. What do you mean by that?
Wasn't your your girl went to Europe for like a month or something?
Oh yeah, she's back.
Oh.
I met her last weekend, Crow. She exists.
How is she? Is she cool or what?
Dude, she is cool. We were up. I think it's called the Rhino area, and Rooster met up with me. We grabbed a drink and we're hanging out. They showed me this other bar, and dude, I was exhausted. I had an early flight the next day, so I was leaving, and she said, "Oh, well, we drove. We can drop you off at your Airbnb." I was like, "Oh, that's great, perfect." So we walk up to the parking lot where their car is, and it is completely locked. There is a deadbolt on there, or not a deadbolt, but just a lock on there. And she says, I think, what's that?
Like a bike lock.
Yeah. And she's like, well, actually, I might know the code for this. And she goes through there, and Rooster and I are just thinking there's no way possible that she actually knows this. And she did, and she opened it up. We got the car out, and she dropped me back off at my place. It was kind of badass. I respected it. So yeah, no, she was cool.
Can you explain to me a bike lock on a car? I'm not really picking up what you're putting down.
Like the type of lock that you put on your
lot with like gates in front of it, and they bike lock the gates closed. My car was the only car trapped in there. Apparently, everyone else. When I parked in there, 2 hours before, there was like 10 other cars in there. I'm the only one who didn't get the memo that they were going to close the gates and lock it out. So we're walking back to my car, and sure as shit, it's fucking locked in there, and we're like, no way, dude. Like, and she's like, hold on. Starts putting codes in and then pops it open. We were like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, sounds like a keeper. Well done. Well done.
All right, Bull. What's your status?
I'm single and unmarried.
I'm asking Bull his poker status.
I'm out. I'm working right now. I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. I think Baxter's stressed trying to figure this out. Did you just send him the link like you did Sandy?
I can't DM him. He doesn't follow me, so
What's that?
I can't DM him the link. He doesn't follow me.
Baxter, follow Rooster.
Rooster,
All right,
I
I'm on my way there.
already was following you, just to throw that out there.
Okay, we'll give this another 2 minutes because it shouldn't take longer than like a couple minutes if he sends you the link directly.
Links in the DM. It shouldn't take more than like 15 seconds now.
Yeah.
We should be able to kick it off.
It was fast.
Oh shoot. A Pepe short is starting to print. We'll see how long it lasts. It's not like
you pulled up MEF on your stream the other night.
I did, man. I did. And MEF, let's see. I haven't checked MEF this morning.
A couple of cheats cheated some. But I think we're sitting right on major trend line support. What it's been is pretty much settle at the high, retest the line, and then print up again, make a new one, and rinse and repeat. So it seems pretty healthy so far.
Yeah, it's been killing it. Okay, well, is Baxter on there? Did he make it?
No requests just yet. Just click the link, click register, and I'll accept.
Well, he left the space. He might have left it to get this done. I mean, we'll cut it off at 12:40. He's got until 12:40, which is only 10 minutes behind what we were supposed to start at. So that's perfectly fine. If it got us another 1 to 2 people in there, I'm a man of the people, and we can do it. So we'll make it happen. And this is just practice. Either way, Rooster, this is practice for next month, because next month we'll do a little bit of a bigger tourney for the 1 year anniversary. So, iron out the kinks for the people that are in the crowd. Bigger tourney
in a 2-hour notice.
Yeah, this is well, hey, to be fair, we talked about it last week during the space. I talked about it during multiple other streams and stuff during the week too. I will tweet out next week, or not next week's. I will actually, screw it. Why not? Well, actually, I'll have to figure out what time I can do it. Next week is going to be a little bit tricky with me being in Singapore. So,
have been created.
What's that?
The tables have been created. We actually got one more stonk holder in there as well, who was able to join in that extra time limit as well. So we are starting the tournament in 3, 2, 1.
Amazing. Let's get it going. Okay. And I actually like this, dude. This is amazing. We only have 3 tables for me to be able to keep track of versus like 20 to start off with at the beginning. So I'm going to get these tables pulled up right next to my charts, which are all dumping, which I am fine with personally. And we'll get rolling with this. So I'm just going to say, heading into the tourney right now, I'm looking at the participants and a few people that I think we need to keep an eye on. Again, Rooster, sneaks his way typically into the top 10 for this. That would convert to about like the top 6 or 7. So Rooster, I would give a dark horse opportunity. Future Whale is always, I don't even know if I'd call him a dark horse at this point. Future Whale is a perennial contender. Hot Rod had a nice little streak last time. I'm surprised. One name that I see in the audience, but I don't see in the list of participants, is Beach Dog.
He's at table two. He's sitting 2 away from me. Beach Dogs keeps trying to reclaim his one victory. Considers himself a poker pro from there, but we'll see how it goes
he
today.
got the job done last time, is all I'm saying. So, you can say what you want about it, but Beach Dog did take care of business last time.
Yeah. The thing about me is I'll never admit that anyone will beat me. That's not the you can't manifest
until it happens.
Yeah. But then if it happens, that's just a bad beat. Percentage wise, it should have won the hand. You just got lucky.
So you're always playing the right percentage play.
Oh yeah.
10 out of 10 times.
Statistically, I should never lose, but sometimes you end up drawing bad.
For the whole reason of doing these poker tourneys, one of the guys that I co-lead Young Life with, he's a professional poker player. And he was the one that knew about the stonks back in the day. And I haven't even asked him if he owns a stonk yet. But for the sake of not having somebody come in here and having a shark just sweep everybody during these, I think I better not tell him.
What would you consider like a poker pro? Like over $1 million in poker winnings?
It's his full-time job. I am not sure. I think, like, if you go to his profile on, Poker Now, or not Poker Now, but whatever the website is where you can check it out, I think he only has $500,000 in registered tourney winnings, which is still a decent amount, right? But I think like the rest of what he gets is mostly from cash games, just off or club game, whatever it is you can play that's not a tourney winning, right? So he does those type of stakes multiple times per week.
Cash games.
Cash games.
The best thing about being a poker pro is like once you make it, you pretty much never play with your own money. After that, you get sponsored, and then you just if you lose, it's not your money, and if you win, the sponsors just take their money plus a percentage of your winnings. That I think is the best thing about it.
Dude, I don't even know if he has any. I need to ask him if he does have sponsors, but I know that he's doing well for himself. Like, he just spent 2 months in Brazil, just got back the other day, and he just wanted to go on vacation, and he did. So, he's doing well enough for himself that he can keep going with it. Sandy, what's up,
Besides
man?
sponsors, the other way, once like you do really well in a tournament, is you get added on to a stable, is what it's called. And it's essentially like super pros that are creating a stable of players that go and play tournaments, and then they make them like money. They split the earnings. One of my buddies just joined a stable for a very famous poker player because he got like 42nd in the main event. And then, so like you just crush one tournament, go really deep. And then it's kind of like creating a resume for yourself. And then you can basically request to be a part of someone's stable through people. Like, that's kind of how it works. So that's another way of kind of like being sponsored without being sponsored by a brand or a company per se, but more so like a poker pro who's like super high up there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Beach Dog just went from first to last.
Beach Dog, what happened, man? We'll get him up on stage whenever he's eliminated. But
no, he's eliminated. He's gone.
Oh, he's out. Okay, then Beach Dog, come up on stage, bro. Come up on. I feel like he has a strategy though, where it is basically double up fast or go home, and typically the double up fast has worked out for him. So I wasn't expecting that.
And a 9 kicker, and he got called with 2 pair. So,
R.I.P. Beach Dog. All right, so we're looking at it right now. Chip lead. We've got Mr. Alien at the top with 5,500 chips. Sandy second with 3K, slightly above the initial chip count, which, Sandy, I'm expecting big things from you this tourney, man, after hearing that you are a poker regular. I wouldn't say a poker pro,
Correct.
unless I'm
No,
wrong, but you're a poker regular.
That's correct. That's accurate. I am a poker regular, so I'm expecting good things. The only way I expect to lose is with a cooler, never by making a mistake. So we'll see.
See, yeah, there we go. So would you consider yourself a shit reg?
No. I'm pretty decent. I mean, it's like I would say I'm net positive lifetime, and I've been playing since I was 10, and I'm 33. I better be decent. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. But
Well, hey, if you get first place, you basically tripled up your stonks. So you 1 for 3 in a day
would be nice.
I mean, even if you get second, you doubled up, got a 2 for 1. So
Yeah, that's the thing in poker. Like, you could be really good and play perfect and still lose. Like the thing that Rooster was talking about. Like, it's how you run and the variance is very much still a big thing. Like, somebody who's not very good can just run really well and win, and somebody who's good can still lose. Like, and that's why a lot of people play poker still. You know what I mean? Like, that's why the game is so hot, I would say, and continues to grow.
If we got Wanda Sykes in the audience right now, I suggest you back off. I'll re-raise the hell out of you. You're not winning this hand. I'll show you. Ace 9, 2 pair. Get out. That's mine, baby.
For a hot rod there. Let's see, we got a little bit of slow action so far, though. Honestly, nothing too extreme outside of Beach Dog being eliminated quickly. Which Beach Dog, dude, I'm waiting for you to get back on stage, man. Usually, you come up and give us a commentary after everything's happened.
Did he punt, or was it just like he actually had a pair and the other guy had 2 pair?
I wasn't watching him.
He had ace high pair. The other guy had 2 pair with ace 3. So yeah. The other
so it's not a punt.
2 pair.
Yeah, he had top pair. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. But also, I wouldn't be shoving all in with just top pair on the flop.
Facts very early in the tournament. I agree with you, Rooster. You're right. He lost the max. He could have lost a lot less.
But I'm telling you, though, I think it's that offhanded strategy is the reason why he won the tourney that he did. And there were about 70 people in that tourney.
Yeah.
So I think it was because of the fact that it wasn't traditional. And, you hit a few of those hands that the other person made and, push in, be a little bit aggressive, get a little bit lucky, and you just build a big enough buffer that it can sometimes carry you home through what otherwise might be considered mistakes.
Yeah, aggression gets you paid. Like, if you're a nit and you don't play any hands, when you do have a hand, how do you expect to get paid? So, I just witnessed a big hand on my table. Crypto Sheldon just smacked Pixel Rich pretty hard. He had pocket kings. He went all in. Pixel Rich called him with king high on a backdoor flush draw on the flop, which is absolutely wild. And Crypto Sheldon held. So he has 4,900 now. Just an update from my table.
So Crypto Sheldon into second place with 4,900. We have Mr. Alien still in the lead with 5,650 oversleeping. In third with 3,300, and Sandy staying steady at 3K. Outside of that, we've got a huge mix of people still right in that 2,000 to 2,500 mix that basically just looks like they've bled out their blinds. And a couple people they're struggling at the bottom. Pixel Rich, number 20, sitting at 180 chips, basically praying for a miracle at this point. Pixel Rich, as soon as you're eliminated, you're up here on stage with us. Would love a breakdown of what you saw happening. Unless you don't, you could go on a miracle run. I'm not saying that it's impossible. You're up to 100 and, we'll see. You could pull off the miracle that could be the story for the generation to tell the kids of what can happen if you play your hand.
Nah, man, I'm out.
We'll see. I mean, you're going all in right now. You know, it's just going to take like about 5 or 6 all ins to get up there with the.
Yeah. It's like 100 times leverage trade, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like nailing 500x leverage trades consecutively to be able to get up there.
Gonna win this tourney, definitely.
Yeah, just
Bro,
so y'all
what's
know
up, man?
too, I set the blinds up.
What do you
Hold
got
on
going
one
on in
sec.
Singapore?
In Singapore, dude, I've got token 2049 at the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week going to the F1 with Bybit for the Singapore whatever thing. So I like they've got a suite up there on race day, and they reached out to me about it, and I was like, heck yeah, I will definitely go. So I saw both things were going on. I'm like, yeah, it's a perfect trip because there's so many people I know going to it. I've never been to Singapore. It's been on my bucket list of places to go. So yeah, stars kind of just aligned, and we'll see. I've already reached out to like a bunch of people, man, and it's kind of crazy how many people I know are going to be there.
Well, make sure you take some pictures.
Will do, sir. Will do, Mom. I got you. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
What's the conference all about?
I mean, it's just another big conference, man. It's like Consensus, where it is not just solely focused on Bitcoin like the Bitcoin conference is. It's a little bit of everything. I think it's the largest conference in Southeast Asia / that region because Singapore really is becoming, it's up there considered by a lot as the crypto capital of the world, right up there with Dubai as far as its crypto friendly regulation and the way they're trying to push adoption in the country. So it is just at the epicenter for a lot of, I know the big Seoul blockchain conference is going on right now, and that one's really big as well. But I think Token 2049 is actually even a little bit bigger.
Cool. You gonna be wearing Wonky merch or what?
Oh yeah, man. You know that I'm going to be bringing the Wonky merch. Heck, I'm wearing Wonky merch right now.
Turbo bullish.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's get back to the table. Let's check it out right now. So, little update on everything. We're sitting right now still. Nobody else has been eliminated since Pixel Rich. He did not pull off the miracle comeback as much as we would have liked to have seen it. We've got Max right now at 19th with 1,500 chips. Other than that, everybody's still chilling right above 2K. So the action, people are playing pretty conservatively right now. Surprisingly, we've only had 5 eliminations. And again, even 19th place with Max, I wouldn't say that they're out of it. I've seen way bigger comebacks before. I mean, heck, I'm sad that Cube's not up here. I see him in the audience right now. I'm going to give him a quick invite, a little guest speaker promo. But typically Cube was the one that made that comeback last time that absolutely shocked me from the bottom ranks, from the ashes, like a phoenix rising their way back up the ladder when I put a bounty on his head as well. And he somehow managed to make that top tier. So Cube, my man, how has everything been? Welcome back. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, it's a beautiful day down here in Kansas. Miss all you guys. On the road, getting some windshield time, and saw we got this space rolling. I had to pop in and say hello. So, been disconnected, but missing everybody. Still diamond handsing all my stonks. Love everybody in here.
Love it, bro. Love it. Everything going well with work still? I know that you said everything has been pretty busy since you started that new role.
The new gig's been monopolizing a lot of time and started at the busiest time of the year in like agriculture. So it's been a shit show. Winter, obviously it's going to slow down. And then the wife's had some health problems. That's kind of on the mend. So, man, just like prioritizing time. But like I said, miss all you guys and the fellow stonks out there.
100%, man. I'm sorry to hear that about the wife. That's
All
never
good.
easy.
All good.
So
All good. But back to the poker. Back to the poker.
back to the poker, sir. So I want to hear what it took, just your mentality as somebody that was at the bottom of the ranks, won tourney, your way, how you climbed back into it, what it takes to be able to do that.
Well, you know, the old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. You got to be patient, right? At some point, you know, you do have to push all in. And if that's the strategy, if you get an ace, anything, Rooster could attest to that. Anything that has some connectors, and it's knowing your percentages, but being patient is what it is. And then you can get hot and double up a couple times. And then you're right back in the thick of things.
All right. So it's just
Don't have
basically
connectors.
waiting for
Fold
that right
pre-flop.
opportunity. What's that,
And then you
Rooster?
flop. I said sometimes you don't have connectors and you fold pre-flop and then you flop 2 pair like I just did. But I couldn't say anything till the hand was over.
Oh, shoot. Well, we're looking at Rooster right now in 17th place with 19 people left. Yakimet struggling, 400 chips left. The Italian stallion himself. We'll get him up on stage.
Ruby raising me, huh?
I mean, Yakimet at this point, 413 chips. It's going to be tough, but basically, as soon as the blind hits you again, you've got until the blinds hit you, I think, to force yourself all in with 413 chips. And then pray that you get like a few people that go in with you and you just win that one magical hand. And then you've got to do it again.
Put me all in here.
So still at the top, we got Crypto Sheldon now with 5580. Mr. Alien's bled back down to 4400. Oversleeping, a new person up on the leaderboard with 4300. And back at 6th, we've got Sandy still just steadily chipping away, adding slowly to that stack at 3290. But the top 10 is all practically over 3,000. And you're looking at the next. What's that?
So what place am I now?
You are officially. Rooster! What in the world? Hey, break down what just happened.
Well, whoever this Wanda Sykes is tried to bluff me out of a hand, which is a big no-no. And they lost all their chips, except for
not
500.
all. They just pushed in for they took 150 back. You're sitting at 635, not quite in last. They've got Yakimet to thank for that.
Yeah, don't bluff the Rooster. I am not afraid to call.
Well, I love it, man. I mean, you went from 17th out of 19 up to 5th place in one hand, so it's a pretty impressive move. Talking about the cube strategy.
Rooster's, he always has touted himself as a poker player. And Rooster, this would be a question for you. What's your best finish in one of these Wonky Stonk poker tourneys?
Wonky Stonk one?
Uh-huh.
It's got to be 5th, right?
No, I think maybe 3rd, except for the very first ever Stonks tournament we did. It wasn't like an official Kaleo sponsored one. It was actually just the holders. I think we had one table. I think it was 10 people or something. The buy-in was 1 stonk, and that's what the prize pool was. So out of the entire table, first place took 3 or 4 of them or whatever. Second 2, and third place 1. And I did win that one. I got like 3 or 4 stonks or whatever, and gave one away.
Hey,
that'd be my best, but then official sponsored ones, I think 3rd maybe.
Solid, a bronze. You got to have luck on your side, and then I remember you. And then I remember BT Park, you always playing heads up stuff.
I think that was actually the first time I ever met BTC. was during that tournament, he ended up turning his live stream on, which was funny. He was at the bar drinking beers while we were playing this first poker game, and he turned his live stream on. And yeah, that's how I met dude. It was him and Big Bold Bull. They were like essentially FaceTiming in the tournament. And we got Beck shoving all in, getting out of there. I don't want to play that. Oh, pocket fours.
I'm all in, guys.
Yo, let's see it. Let's see it. We
What's
got some
crazy?
heavy action.
He called. I have top pair. He has a pair of sixes and a backdoor flush draw.
I folded queen 10.
King on the turn.
Folded quads. I literally folded
Just
quads.
got to fade a 5 or a 6. I did. Let's go.
All right. Big win for Sandy there. I think bumping himself up into first place right now.
I folded quads for each lot, bro. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I mean, Rooster, you're still sitting at 3,700. It's not bad. RIP Bot's not a bot. You know, shout out as always. I think he had a solid finish this last time. Always active and different stuff we've got going on. So, and hey, I just want to give a quick pause and quick shout out to Lumber as well. 250th stonk this week. Absolute legend. You know, like
out the Wonky Stonks founder, right?
What's that?
Lumber is the captain now.
He is, bro. Hey, the one thing I'll say, man, I guarantee you, I know, like, adding it all up, and he's giving away a decent amount too. But you look at how many stonks have ever been purchased. I am still number one for stonks purchased. Like, there's
you sound like an NFL announcer. Wow, a new record is broken for.
So we'll see. Like, you know, there's still milestones to achieve.
Run on a Thursday.
There's still.
I think we all know that Kalio's the true king here.
There'll be a day when, you know, when I will be able to sweep more stonks again.
I'm not even able to buy somehow. I'm just finding money in my pockets and I'm putting it into stonks. What do you guys think?
I freaking love it, man. I love it.
Dude, those worm burners, I love worm burners, man.
Bro, the worm burners are clean because they just have that look where you can, you know, the PFP combination works really well with the worm burner.
The fake nice and tights.
Yeah, the worm burner, the nice and tight, like, work really, really well with the PFP mashup.
Well, hey guys, I'm just out here running some errands for my parents, and thought I'd check in. Like to see the cube up there, man.
Yeah, dude, the cube is a legend. Love having him back on stage. Miss him. And Cube, you better be there for the 1 year poker tourney or for the 2 year poker tourney, the anniversary this next month.
I will not miss the anniversary. There's not a chance in hell. If I got to turn PTO in for it, sorry, I'm going through the turnpike.
Also,
right
it's
now.
official. I am an owner of a Wonky Stonk. Let's go. I'm in the club.
Let's go. Let's go. Love to hear it, Sandy.
I don't know if anybody else noticed, but NFTs have pretty much been down only since Cube has left the scene.
You know, it's true. Like, the day Cube comes back is the day the NFT bull market returns.
See, I've just been totally out of the loop. Now I feel, God damn it, now I feel bad. Rooster, why you gotta do that to me? It's Friday, I'll drink my sorrows away.
Bro, but the thing is, again, it's
just stating observations.
When it happens fast, man. When it happens fast. So you maybe give the people just a little bit longer to stack before you jump back in.
That's what I tell my girlfriend, Kaleo.
Man, I need to hop into the Discord of Room 110 because I do I just need to buy something. I'm trying to think the last time my wallet is just utterly dormant. I need to do something. I'm chomping. I'm itching at something.
So you're part of that statistic. Again, people are just waiting to see your wallet become active again to have the confidence to return back to the market queue. It's that simple.
So somehow there's got notifications on it. God damn, I might do something friggin' a day.
I love it, bro. I love it.
I heard stonks are inevitable.
Dude, stonks are inevitable.
Always.
Shout out to Dev Chart in the audience too. Miss you, man. But a lot of that's my fault for not hosting as many spaces either. So we're getting back into it. The space. I mean, like outside of this one has been consistent, right? But I have done more streaming than spaces over the past month. So you should definitely hop on a stream with me sometime soon too. I think streams are actually more chill than the spaces because the one thing that kind of sucks about a space is you don't get that audience feedback. I wish they had a chat bar that was worked in, which I know people can comment in the bottom right corner or whatever. You can look at the bubble and you can look at the replies, but it's not the same thing as a chat box.
Yeah, but you be careful what you wish for, especially with the motherfuckers on Twitter, bro. Like, if they put that chat box that pops up, at the top of the space for everybody to see, people are going to use and abuse that.
Well, I feel like if they did it, you would have to put phases of being able, if you were the person that is the host for the space, that you should be able to put some type of filters on there. So like filter it down to only accounts that have a verified email address, or only accounts that follow you, or only accounts that have blue check marks. Just go down the list to do something. And granted, you're still going to get some spam in there, right? But it at least knocks down on some of the botting that would happen in there. But you got to think about any other streamer that has something, bro. There's so much noise that pops up in those feeds also. But as long as it's a small space like this, you would get a pretty healthy conversation.
I'm gonna spam my rockets.
I'm just, especially when it comes to like links and stuff too. If they can, if that pops up and someone can accidentally click on a link. One of the things that actually really irritates me and worries me about Twitter is you ever click on a tweet and it brings up not the tweet you clicked on, and it'll like bring you to some like advertisement link or something, or a tweet that you clicked on previously. That happens to me all the time.
No. One thing I will say that you should do, though, that just a quick tip that I realized I did not do yesterday, and I actually DM'd the Friend Tech team about this too, because I think they should make a change in this. I didn't really like it. But go revoke your permission to Friend Tech on your settings if you have signed up for them, because right now they do have read-write access for being able to send tweets from your account if you do not revoke permissions.
Yeah, I did that shit immediately after they tweeted from my account. I was like,
well, yeah, I noticed
no
they
more.
tweeted from it while I was asleep, and they tweeted, "I am testing out Friend Tech, whatever," and I didn't even notice it until 6 hours later. And it was in the middle of the morning/night whenever I was dead ass asleep. I was like, there's no way I clicked anything on the app or whatever to say, hey, go to my account and tweet this right now. So they just randomly went in and tweeted it out. And that pissed me off. So I gave them the feedback, and I think they're making a change with it. But you definitely want to go through, revoke your permission to it. It's not going to delete your access to the account, but there's no reason for them to have continued permission after you connect initially.
Bro, if I start using Friend Tech again, will you buy my share back for the $6 you sold it for?
Did you ever check? I bought it back already.
I'm co-hosting playing poker or multitasking playing poker.
I dumped it at
co-hosting the space.
I was in a phase where I was just trying to clean out every single chat that wasn't active, because I was like, man, I've got a million little boxes on here. I'm losing track of everything. And if people aren't going to be active, I'm just going to dump it. Then I realized, that was actually kind of dumb, because a lot of those people that weren't active a week later, whenever stuff started to pick up again, were active again. And their chats all like exploded. So it was just stupid. I should have just held on to it, but my OCD wouldn't let me. So yeah, I went back. I already bought yours again. Don't worry.
I'm just giving you shit. I just thought it was fucking hilarious when it happened. And no, speaking of which, I mean, I've kind of been on the inverse of most of CT. Like your tweet this morning, week one, I was like, let me not even gonna question, let me not question fade it or whatever. I immediately created the account like day two. Right, used it for a week. I was like, yeah, I can kind of see some use cases. And then week 2 and 3, I was like, all right, this is just everybody influencers trying to farm the trading fees. And then, your common people hopefully trying to farm their airdrops. I'll probably ultimately end up worthless. And then I've turned around more this past week and have been like, with all the updates that are going on, I can see some, use for this. And then you got, people who are doing like pretty cool things like Hero with Frentech. And speaking of which, dude, that was my biggest fumble the whole time. He told the Abashos when he created his main account, and he was like, "Yo, just created Frentech. I'm gonna be doing some things with this," and that was like under 0.1 ETH. And then that week, he's sitting over 2 ETH now, right? And then he told us that he was gonna be creating one for his alt account, and so we're all waiting for that, right? Some dude, I don't even know how it happened. When he created his account, and then it was immediately like the first listed sale on Frentech was 0.3 Ethereum. Like that's what it started at. I don't know how they like front ran him. And actually, he even had to find his own account because someone dusted it. And so he didn't even have his wallet address to be able to pay the fees to buy his own share. So yeah, I'm more bullish on like utilizing bots to exploit the flaws in Frentech than I am on the app itself, and that's why I've been stacking up a MEF bag.
Yeah, I think for the average person, the opportunities come from like anything else, where there's going to be another phase. I don't think it'll be this week. I kind of think it might be another week or so from now, where you get some of these top accounts that start selling off again, and it has another lull for a couple of weeks, and everybody's like, oh man, it's dead. It's just the ebbs and flows, right? So you buy it whenever everybody else isn't confident, but that's tough. It's tough to go to it and say, oh man, like everything's down a lot. Let me go in there and buy, right? Because in your mind, that's typically when you want to sell, or typically when you want to say, if you don't have anything, it's like, oh, see, told you. Like, I didn't need to go in there. And so it's whenever everybody starts capitulating is when you want to enter. I really think it's going to survive for the next at least 6 months through the end of the airdrop. Doesn't look like it's going away. There's not much else to do in the bear market right now. So people are enjoying it. And, like it's one of the reasons why I'm bullish on it right now. It's just something different to do. And regardless of whether the points have real value or not right now, it's like people playing a video game trying to farm it. I just think it's hilarious how everybody is just making up all of these different things, where they're basically turning it into this massive paid group of, I am going to drop all of this alpha. Here are the different things I'm going to do for you guys. And so many of the things that people are saying, I'm thinking to myself, dude, there's no way that you actually continue to post everything in there as far as this trading alpha and this, what you're not going to continue to do that. So it's easy to be able to tweet that out, but the actual execution takes so much more effort to be able to follow through with it and do. And if people actually can, I respect it. But otherwise, it's just, like that's why, again, with that, it's the exact same type of thing as like with the stonks. Like, I'm not going to sit there and promise some type of insane value proposition for here are the different things I'm going to do. It's like, dude, if you want to come in there, I'll talk with you. I use it, I enjoy it, but I'm not going to sit there and promise some extra whatever set of things that I just don't see as a realistic value proposition continuing going forward. Sorry, that was a rant. But okay, quick update on the tables. We're looking at it right now. We are down to the top 15. Sandy, I do want to get a quick word from you about what happened. I'm not saying you're out of it yet.
Oh, we're about to be. I'm all in right now. Oh, and he hit the ace. Yeah, I got wrecked on a cooler. I said I'd lose on a cooler, and I turned a boat, and the other guy had a bigger boat. It was boat over boat. I had deuces full of aces, and he had fives full of aces. So it happened.
R.I.P. man. Well, I mean, hey, if you want to stick around and help us with the commentary,
of course,
you know a lot more about this than I do.
Yeah, I'll stick around. I'll stick around.
I appreciate that. And we got Breeze Champ in first right now with 8,400 taking the lead.
That's who knocked me out. Basically, he flopped a boat. It was like I had ace deuce. He had 5, and the flop was ace deuce 5. I'm sorry, we both turned it. It was ace deuce 5, and the turn was a deuce. So I had deuces full of aces. He had fives full of deuces, which is better, and he won it. And he won a big pot. Nice hand, Breeze Champ.
Love it, man. All right, well, we got Dev Chart up on stage. Dev Chart, my man, what's going on? Why aren't you in the tourney?
For one simple reason, I don't know how to play.
Okay, so you're not a poker pro, is what you're telling me.
Nope.
That's fair enough, bro. So how have you been, man? How have you been? What's been going on?
Pretty good, man. I was on vacation for the past 4 months, so yeah, I wasn't really posting or checking Twitter, just like posting memes every few days or so. So I finally came back, and I'm trying just to get situated, try to see if it's the right time, to get back into trading full time or keep like playing with all those shit coins that I've been doing for the past week or so. So, but yeah, getting ready for the market and the next bull run. I know you still don't believe in it, but yeah, it's
gonna believe in what? Still don't believe in another bull run?
Oh, maybe that was like 4 months ago. Yeah,
bro, I never said that I didn't believe in another bull run.
Uncle for being a bull tard.
No. Maybe you were like anti altcoin, or you believe that they were gonna crash like super hard again. And yeah. I think that was one of our debates. Like you said that you still aren't sure when we should start looking for long-term positioning.
Oh, I think that was back in the spring, actually. So I think we're talking.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about like just alts in general, and I think you're right on that. I might have said something about I think there's a lot more blood left to be had in the alt market before it ends up bouncing back. I didn't say it never would bounce back. I think that the topic was exactly what you said, as far as just a lot more blood left to be had before. But I think you're right now. If you just look at the timing of where we are in the market more than anything else, could they go lower from here? Sure, like definitely still possible. But as far as the timing thing, I think like now's a good time to be averaging in and starting to build those positions.
Yeah. And another good news is like before I went on vacation, I think I put some huge buy orders for Wonky Stonks, and yeah, they got filled. So I'm now, I think, one of the top holders.
Yo, that's badass, man.
Yeah, like I just put it at 0.1, and I just forgot. I was like, yeah, it's never gonna reach that level, and I checked it recently. I'm like,
bro, I freaking love it. I love it, man. Well, I mean it when I say it. I do believe that the stonks are inevitable. I'm not going anywhere.
Especially with the stonks. I mean, it didn't click for me, like, how simple the thesis is until a couple months ago or whatever. It's as simple as people don't like the look of charts during the bear market when they've been losing money trade after trade and months on end, and then they're gorgeous pieces of art when you're making money. So it's literally like tacked to Bitcoin. I say as Bitcoin rises, the stonks will be more beautiful, and as it falls, people will be like, "Get it away from me! I don't want to see a chart." Like it's that simple.
Bro, I believe they're a piece of history. And, you know, I really do truly believe that all the pieces are in play for a good run this next cycle. And obviously, I'm very biased toward it. But it's one of those things where when you attach yourself, like, it is the pride narrative one. But, you know, I think even if I were not there, I think the stonks would continue to go on past whatever I've done. But I really believe outside of that, it's like, dude, if I am there, I think you look at what the trajectory of the growth of a lot of the big accounts on here going to be this next cycle. I think that you're going to have accounts that have millions and millions of followers, right? Like that the new entry of participants in this space is going to be unlike anything that we've ever seen. And whenever the confidence returns to the NFT market, and it will, right? People are going to be looking for opportunities of projects that remained active, have that core community, and have people that have some type of influence that have been plugged in. They'll look for a story, they'll look for the narrative, they'll look for the history, and there are enough people that have exposure to seeing and knowing what the stonks are in the first place. Like enough of those seeds have been planted that I really think it's just a matter of, you know, a little bit of water in the garden, a little bit of sunlight, right? A little bit of the right things kind of mixing together with the momentum of the market for FOMO to start to exist, right? Like, so you know, I don't know when all of that's going to happen, but it's the same type of thing as having conviction that another bull market is going to happen in general. Yeah, like it's just a matter of being patient and kind of surviving out until it does. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. But so Dev, I want to hear, did you go on vacation somewhere or was it just a vacation from Twitter?
Oh no, I went to France, to Switzerland. Then I went to Africa. I went to Kenya, Cameroon, Nigeria. Went back to France, back to Switzerland. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yo, what was the best place?
Definitely Switzerland. Oh my God, this place is beautiful.
See you later, Lumber. So what was it about Switzerland that took the cake, man? You said the beauty. What area were you?
I was just like traveling around with my uncle, so he made me visit like all those like smaller villages, and it's really like beautiful, like kind of like more nature than being in the big city with the building and all that. So it was I really enjoyed it. Only downside is that it's fucking expensive, man. Like everything is expensive. The food, hotels. Yeah, that's it's good to just be on vacation, but I don't know if I could live there though. But yeah.
Well, dude, that's what I thought about recently whenever I saw something where Switzerland's offering to pay people. I think it's either $60,000 or $70,000, maybe it's $80,000 to move there as a resident because they're experiencing population decline. Elon's big fear. Um, so they're offering to pay people that much, and I think 10 grand extra per kid. But as I was thinking about that, how is that going to move the needle for anybody that's looking to live there for 10 years? How is that going to be the deciding factor for, man, like, this will help me afford the style of life here? I think the only thing that it could realistically do is maybe help give people just enough to get themselves situated to then be able to build something. But as far as the cost of living, I mean, unless you're coming from somewhere else really expensive, I don't see what the draw is.
Yeah, definitely not. I think it's mostly for really, I would not say rich people, but people who have like, decent income, I would say.
So you're telling me there was not a big homeless problem in Switzerland?
No, and the funny thing, I was reading about it. So a few years ago, they wanted to they made a proposal to see if they would give like universal income to all the Swiss residents. So just like I think it was like €1,000 or like €2,000 just for free, and 70% of the population rejected that because they didn't want like immigrants to just come and kind of ruin their country. So the majority of people rejected universal income. That should just tell you about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only other country that I can think of that does something similar is doesn't Norway pay their citizens X amount, but then on top of that, they tax them a ridiculous amount. So I don't really know what.
Yeah, they have insane taxes, but they also have like really good how do you call it, uh, advantages. Like they pay for your school, they pay for your uh, all your medical expenses, and I think they have a bunch of incentives. That's pretty much makes your life way better, even though you pay like a fuck ton of taxes.
Fair enough, man. All right, quick break. Let's go to the tables real quick. Sandy, give me a breakdown of what you're seeing happening right now.
So Mr. Alien takes the lead in first place with 8,300 chips. Dr. Satoshi's at 2 and Breeze Champ at 3, both respectively with 6,800. So that's the top 3. Crypto Sheldon with 5,800 at 4th, creeping up. So good for Crypto Sheldon. Thuranga busted, and so did Hot Rod just recently. So now we're down to 12 with Future Whale at 404 chips hanging on by a thread.
But hey, the one thing I'll say, Future Whale's another one of those guys, Sandy. You weren't here for it, but he pulled off a miracle run once. We were joking around about, nailing 600x leverage trades in a row to be able to get back. He had something like this as far as his chip count, and he went all in. And I think it was 6 times in a row, 6 all-ins in a row that he nailed to be able to get himself back on the leaderboard.
Yeah, highly unlikely here, co-captain here. I don't know. Future Whale down to 214 chips. I can't see it happening again. But we should put some odds on it and see if anybody wants to put in.
Hey, wait, Rooster's all in right now. Rooster is all in.
Good luck, Rooster.
3% pot equity off flop.
Good luck, Rooster.
Get cooler. Nope.
You and Wanda have been battling it out this entire time. So...
Mr. Alien has been running like a god. Dude had 14% draw equity like 2 hands ago on the river, and he hits it. And then last hand he hit end up turning a flush. Like Mr. Alien's running hot right now. It's crazy.
Dr. Satoshi just took the lead with 1,100.
11,000.
11,000. I'm sorry, yeah, 11,000 chips, and Mr. Alien at 94. So it's a big drop off after 4th, so after 5th-ish. But anybody's game. I do not think Future Whale can make the comeback that you said happened before. It's very improbable, Kaleo, as much as I want to believe.
You got some haters on stage.
He just lost. He's
well,
right
he's
now.
out. He's
Breeze
out.
Champ knocked him out.
He is done.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
R.I.P., bro. R.I.P.
Straight.
All right, so the top 10 is officially in right now. Wanda with 2,100, Dr. Satoshi at 10.8. So we're sitting, what are the blinds right now? 200, 400? They're about to, actually 10 seconds and they're 300, 600. Yeah. So we're not quite at the point. I feel like it really starts to speed up when you hit that 1,000, 2,000 mark.
Yeah, everybody's down to single-digit blinds pretty much, and it's gonna get in fast. It's just jam.
So I was up assuming like 40 people would play, and we only had 20. So yeah, the blinds are really gonna start hitting right now. Do I call all in here? That's the question, Mr. Alien.
How do I jump to your table, Rooster? Like I'm viewing the table I was at, but is there a way to change to view a different table? It's
Yeah.
got to be. I just don't know how to use this site. It's my first
Go to
time.
go to the Poker Now website, and you can
Oh,
click
I'm
on
on there.
either of the active tables.
Oh, I see. Where is it? Oh,
Yeah,
table. I see the table now. Okay. Yeah, I want to jump
yeah.
over.
You got either of them. Big win by Dr. Satoshi there.
Oh, final table. Here we are.
Oh, it's down to the last table anyway. All right.
Oh shoot, it is.
Yeah.
So we're down to the final 8. Okay, this is actually going a lot faster than I thought. I want a quick break. Dev chart, tell me what you see right now with the market, though. So you joked around about you're kind of looking and trying to figure stuff out. What are you seeing right now, man? After the vacation, what's your overall take and consensus on everything stepping back into it?
Like everything is just at a weekly support, like Bitcoin, and most of the altcoins. And so far that support has held. I know a lot of people just look at it at like I've been seeing on my feed, like a lot of people just don't believe that this is the bottom. But so far, to me, it's holding. So I'm pretty much waiting for a bounce and then a change of trend, at least on the 4 hour, before really deciding if this is a bottom or not. But so far, it's holding, and it's a weekly level that's been holding. So I think it looks pretty good for anyone that's like re-entering at least short term. But I know this is not a popular opinion right now on Twitter, since like the majority looks like they want to send it back to 12K. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. How about you?
Dude, I agree with the fact that I think there's no way that we're going back to 12K outside of another Black Swan type of event popping up. Okay, I'll do a quick break for Sandy. Sandy, what's up?
No, I just want to ask Dev, like, I mean, something I failed in was not selling the top because everyone said it was going to go to 100K. And I think on the same flip side, it's isn't it going to be the same thing? If everyone's expecting 12, then wouldn't the bottom be slightly above that? Because it never goes to what everyone's shouting that it's going to go down to, like the extreme of both sides.
From what I know, and I think like a lot of you noticed that is what most people talk about, like when they give a specific level, they just listen to whoever like is the biggest influencer that's like shouting something, and they just copy it. So 12K, like it was popularized by Capo, so Capo has been shouting 12K. So now all the bearish people, they're like, oh yeah, I cannot really sell 12K so that because people are gonna make fun of me and compare me to Capo, so I will say 15K instead. So I don't really believe that a lot of people actually mean it. I think it's just for clout for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's not going back. It would take a Black Swan event to see 12K again. I really agree with you, Dev, where I think the bottom is in, but I don't necessarily think that means that we couldn't say revisit the low 20s, say that this breaks down, wicks down a bit. Either way, the way I'm looking at it, I'm bullish enough from a time perspective of where we are that I think that it would be unwise to like go all in on some massive short for BTC, because I wouldn't be surprised if it does bottom here and start trending up. It really just becomes that type of thing where you're starting to look at it from how much longer can it really go down from a time perspective. We've got another, I'd say like 3 or 4 months where a downtrend I think is really possible before a major uptrend really begins. 3 or 4 months where it's possible. That doesn't mean that it's probable or that it's going to happen. And then when you're looking at where the bottom is, it's like, okay, maybe 20K from 25K. Say that it goes back to 20K from 25K. Is it really worth it to try to capitalize on that downside when you're looking at an upside of 100K plus over the next couple of years? I just don't think it is. So, yeah, I think right now is the time to be stacking one way or the other. Just from a time perspective, even if we break lower, it is what it is. I think you'll look back and you won't really be mad whether you bought Bitcoin at 25, 26K or 20K 2 years from now.
Yeah, and I think also a lot of people think that like the majority of traders just have this like binary way of thinking. It's like either I believe this is the bottom, so if we break below it, I will just keep holding, and even if we keep crashing, I will keep holding. No, that doesn't work that way. We all have like our different method of trading. I look at trend. If the trend is broken and I'm wrong, I'll just cut my losses. So that's I think what people don't really realize is that even if you're wrong, that doesn't mean you're gonna lose all your money. You can just cut your losses and change your bias. That's it.
Love to negotiate their trades with themselves. They're like, oh, well, I see my trend broke, but this is probably just a deviation, this, and people start negotiating their losses, never end up actually, just being like, okay, I'm wrong. Let me cut it from here, take the haircut, and rotate
Oh
to
yeah,
something else.
especially like if you encounter someone who has a really big like ego that's used to being right and cannot accept that they made a mistake. Those are usually the people that do not end up making a lot of money even during like huge bull runs, because they refuse to change their biases. And I've met a lot of people who practically lost money during the last bull run just because they refused to change their bias, even though they're like decent traders. It's just that because their ego was their worst enemy.
No, it'll happen. I mean, dude, you've got to be able to laugh at yourself sometimes too, and recognize what like that's why I tweeted out the thing yesterday about it's been some of the most consistent trading of my career, starting off with that where it makes it seem like I'm looking for some type of clout, but then you follow it up with I've been wrong in at least 90% of the shit that I've posted the past couple of months. Because it's true, right? If you don't recognize your L's, there's people that just come out there and just pretend like they are the next reincarnation of God himself on this app and that they can never be wrong, regardless of what the track record says. So you've just got to be able, when you go through hot streaks and cold streaks, and whenever you're not in one of those hot streaks, you can't pretend like you are. And if anybody is, yeah, that sends like a huge red flag. If you don't notice that there's something that's not going well, you've got to be able to spot that, recognize it, shout it out, try to do something different. But either way, sometimes be able to just take a step back too, to be able to analyze, okay, what's off here? What's the issue, before coming back. But anybody that denies that they're ever wrong is just somebody that you can't trust because they're a liar.
What's off is oversleeping, slow rolling pocket kings, and then getting flopped or out flopped by me with the second worst hand in the game.
Whoa, Rooster, you're back.
8-3 off too. Rooster, nice hand, bro. That was
that's
wild.
why you don't fucking slow roll pocket kings, bro, because then you might
Yeah,
have big
and slow play
blind with
them.
8-3. He might flop 2 pair, and that's exactly what happens. So,
Well, dude, we're down to the final
the
5, so yeah, we got to shift our focus back to this
Rooster,
final 5.
that is literally, I mean, the oldest, most talked about thing in poker is slow playing aces or kings pre-flop and then getting wrecked by a shit hand like 8-3. You deserve to flop 2 pair on that hand because you got to raise those pre. You cannot let people come in with that hand. It's ridiculous.
be able to juice the whole table. He's like, oh, you know what I'm gonna get, and not only did I flop 2 pair, but an ace came out too, so an overpair came out. That's the worst part about it. Is like,
It is.
you don't slow roll that. Aces,
No.
you either shove or you fold pre, and it's like 50-50. Like the the amount of times I've had aces and people have just fucking I've gone all in and I ended up losing just from someone hitting a straight or hitting 3 of a kind or something. It was absolutely insane. I'm not even a fan of aces. I actually prefer to play ace king over aces every single day.
Bro, I had aces at the table last night. I was playing 2-5 and I 4-bet jammed for about 1,500 and pocket sevens, who was the 3-better, he called me and flopped quads. He flopped me basically dead. Like I had to get ace on the river. So I lost like a 3K pot just with them yesterday. So I feel your pain, but it's like kind of like it is what it is, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna not play them. Like we're not folding pre, and I don't know about just jamming, but you're definitely raising big for protection. You don't want some weak ass hands to come in there and just outflop you. And if you do have kings, you see the ace on the flop. It's like you got to cut your losses. Like you got to know that you're kind of fucked. They're called the ace on the flop magnets for a reason. Like you just got to kind of cut your loss. If you're facing a raise, like they have an ace, bro, just let them go. Some people get married to their pocket pairs, you know, Rooster.
I folded pocket aces one time and the situation was I think it was final table in a tournament. I was second in chips, and I 3-bet and chip lead 4-bet jams me, and I was like, I was playing on America's Card Room, right? I was like, I know what's gonna happen. Like, I know what's gonna happen. Someone else ends up calling with like short stack or whatever, so I ended
You
up
got the
folding
speed,
aces. Yeah, just to watch it play out. Dude turned to straight, and I was like, I fucking knew it. I was like, I knew it, dude.
Rooster, doesn't it seem like the online games? It feels like they're trying to trap you. You're like, are you shining this really pretty on me just to wreck me here? Like, you feel like it's after you sometimes, and that's kind of a sick fold. But I think that's the only case that you can fold is if there's a page up in a tournament, and you're sitting pretty, and you're thinking about stack preservation. And like, I don't hate your fold. I really don't hate your fold, especially because it knocked somebody else out, and your pay jump just went up from whatever it was. So I respect it. That's a tough thing to do, because if you win that hand, I mean, you're chip lead by a lot.
Guaranteed, I've cracked the code on ACR. If I get dealt tens, jacks, or queens, guaranteed every time someone else has kings or aces, and I folded jacks when I've been re-raised again, and I was like, watch, I guarantee you they're gonna have a higher pocket pair. And guess what they did? Yeah, sometimes, bro, America's Card Room, I feel like they want action.
It's action inducive. So I have this argument with a lot of people about online poker, and they're like, bro, you're just seeing more hands. Like, that's why there's it seems like there's more action. It's like, no, I'm not saying like it's rigged towards one person or another, or like you get fucked like that. But I'm saying that it's crazy how many great hands are facing great hands, and it's like 3 people smash the flop, and it's a 3-way all in. It's just like, no way that's happening in live. I'm sitting there for 5 hours and I see one thing crazy happen. You know what I mean? And you're sitting online and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is there a cooler every 3 hands, between 2 or 3 people? So
The
that's
amount
my
of
take.
times I get one outed on these online platforms is
It's
like
unrealistic.
statistically, I should have won the
Improbable.
lottery like 4 times, bro. At this point, like I've been cooler than one outed so many times online poker. Like, oh, it's brutal.
Yeah, that's why I like live way more, especially for cash games. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the torment and like the agony of like being in more of these spots. And I just feel like I don't know. I don't know if I believe in the code. Oh, it's a big all in right now. Ace Queen versus Ace King. Dr. Satoshi versus
Aliens might be
Alien.
out.
Might
7%
be he
equity.
needs a queen or he's out on the river here, and it's a jack. So Dr. Satoshi wins with ace high. Ace King versus Ace Queen all in. Mr. Alien, GG.
If you're shoving pre-flop with anything less than ace queen, you deserve to lose.
Hey, who was the jammer there, Rooster? I saw the hand after the money went in. Who jammed on who? Did he jam on Dr. Satoshi and Dr. Satoshi made the call?
I don't know. I'm not there with you. I was actually walking a lap. I didn't even mean to fold. I folded because I wasn't at the computer.
Oh, did you have a hand too?
Yeah, it wasn't anything strong. It was just suited.
Nice, yeah.
Actually, no, I would have won.
Oh, really?
I think
seeing the board?
Yeah, seeing the board because I had a jack. I think it was like jack 4 suited, in which
wow.
I only play jack 4 offsuit. I don't play jack 4 suited.
Yeah, the Robbie, huh?
Yeah, the old Robbie, the old vibrating.
Dude, I saw that hand live, bro. And I was fucking shook. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Nice spot for Crypto Shelter there. Down to 4.
Amp.
Reminder: final 2 win stonks. So
yeah, down to 4. Let's
strategy
go.
might just be to survive. But you're looking right now, dude. Ooh, it's about to be 750,000 or 1,500 on the blinds. 750,
Hey,
1500. That's gonna go fast.
Yeah, it's gonna end quick.
yeah, I typically try to keep it at like an hour and a half. Ooh, I like that card.
Tell Breeze that, you know, he could be listening.
See, the thing is you know,
Well, maybe he wants him to hear that though.
Yeah, meta.
The thing is, he called, so I know he has like a stronger hand, but the flop is not what he wanted. I don't think he has any of the cards on the board.
It seems like he's giving up. I don't know if we're gonna see a bet here yet. But he just checks.
I'll let him float in the game.
You have like a baby pair. Oh, you have King High.
Yeah, I
King
got
High
high cards.
wins it. Well,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And see, now if you just check, like, that's 2,000 chips.
yeah, and that's why like stealing blinds is so effective. Like with Breeze Champ's stack, he needs to be jamming or folding, never calling, because you just want to either get it in, and then hit, or you just steal the blinds because the blinds have a shit hand, you know.
Well, dude, with 4,900 now, as soon as those blinds hit you, like, you're almost at the point where you're forced to play.
Yeah, that's my point. And if you got to jam, you can't just call because like he had a nice hand there with Jack Queen. If he had jammed on Crypto Rooster's not calling with King 4 off, and he would have just won that hand, for example.
Question is there anything Dr. Satoshi can do here to fumble this?
No. I mean, he'd have to lose an all in here, basically. And then Crypto Shelter has a...
He could check his way all the way through. And, or I guess just...
He could fold all the way through, is what you meant.
Yeah, fold all the way through, and he
Three-way
still
all
in
in.
the top two.
Yeah, still be in the top two, yeah.
All in and small stack take it down, right? So if everybody goes all in and Breeze Champ wins, all of a sudden he becomes chip lead, or at least very close to it.
Well, yeah. There's some maneuverability. It depends on the next person being out or not. Oh, wow, they're chopping.
I had King 4 off again, so I didn't play it, but I would have won that.
Yeah. We can't be result-oriented. The Rooster post-flop if we're not in the hand, right?
So for everybody that's in the audience and can't see, Dr. Satoshi has 28,000 chips. Breeze Champ right now has 4,700. 4,700, is that correct? Yeah, 4,700.
Quick question for Leo.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Is there a reason why you guys are only streaming this in like a restricted room on Discord and not on Twitter?
You know, I probably should have actually streamed it, and that's a great thing to do for the next one. I'll stream it on my YouTube. I honestly didn't even think about it.
Because I'm just reading the comment, like there's a couple of people that were asking, you know, like how to even access or to even look at this. And...
that is a great point, Dev. And honestly, that is my fault for dropping the ball.
You know how much
for the October tourney that we're gonna have, which will be bigger than this one. It's the 2-year anniversary, October 19th. Make sure to mark it down in your calendar. Whenever we get to that one, I'll make sure to stream it on my YouTube as well for anybody that just wants to watch. Because otherwise, you go to the Poker Now website, there's a link for it, and should have just published that for people to view after the tourney enters. We keep it locked at the very beginning, you know, just so that people that have we only get submissions from stonk holders that go to it. So then after that, like, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just tweet out the link for people to keep up. So, yeah, my bad.
I mean, like, you will get a lot of interest into, like, you know, from all the people on Twitter. You know, they will just look at the tournament, be interested, and think, hey, I might buy some stonks, you know?
It's true. So streaming for the next one is definitely on. It'll happen. So when are we going to get a dev chart stonk tweet?
Yeah, I needed to pump a little bit. I'll do giveaways. I have a fuck ton now. Like I checked. I actually have a fuck ton of it.
At least 0.2 before he'll tweet about them.
Oh yeah, you know.
At least 0.2 before you'll tweet about it. Dave, you're acting like I'm going to rug the project. It's been 2 years. If I was going to rug and drop this shit, I would have done it, 20 months ago.
2-year anniversary happens.
Yeah, like I wanted to ask, like, are you planning to do any events? Like something like what Bags is doing.
Bro,
like parties
I
and
wish
this
I
and
had
that.
the type of bags that Bags did, but no, the stonks. What I honestly think, what's been the mission, the roadmap from the beginning is we vibe and we vibe harder. There's no utility. It's about the art. And, we'll do little things like this, right? But, I think eventually one of the ways that I've envisioned kind of growing is just growing the ecosystem in general. But, going back to saturation and valuation, before you grow the overall ecosystem, you've got to build value in that initial project first. So I think that's kind of that is the vision for LedgArt as a whole, is eventually getting to that point. And ideally, the way I look at it is I think that you can do some type of benefits for stonk holders in those type of future value add propositions. Whenever you're talking about bringing on other collections, other projects to the ecosystem, I think at that point, that is a potential vertical. And maybe at the point where it's like, okay, this is an actual, you're making money from mints, you're doing XYZ, where there's some type of cash flow that's coming in, it'd be a little bit easier. But without multi-million-dollar mints right now, that it doesn't make sense. So maybe eventually one day, man. But that's kind of the overall vision, is eventually growing the ecosystem from the art perspective. But I think one of the things that a lot of projects do that really kills them is they try to make too many promises as far as utility. So it can pump them initially, right? Whenever you make all these promises, but it shoots them in the foot later on, because eventually, whatever that utility is, people always want something bigger and better. So if you have a project that's fully focused on the art, the history, the community, that side of it, I really do believe that it builds a longer lasting type of thing. So that's Rooster with the all in. Rooster with 0%. Rooster knocked out. All right, you nearly got there.
Yeah, flop the 2 pair. I got coolered. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's a flip pre-flop, 8s versus ace queen. You just got to hold, and he flopped a 2 pair. It is what it is. Yeah. Crypto Shelter got you in the hand before that for a little bit. If you hadn't.
The fucking funny thing is, the entire tournament, anytime I got something suited, the flop would not be any of my suit. Every single time. I've played like 15 suited hands. Yeah. Every flop, not one of my suit hits. I'm like, God damn it, dude.
I used to be in love with any 2 suited too, bro, and then I realized that it's negative EV to play any 2 suited. And I was like, all right, I got to be selective. They got to be at least connected in single game,
Yeah, I typically play like king something suited, because you're like, if you do the flop right, the odds of someone like out flushing you are very minimal. True. So like king something suited, I'll play. When it gets down to queen or something suited, that's more of my don't touch territory. But my style is, right in the middle between like loose aggressive and tight aggressive.
Got it. That's good.
Rooster, you kind of let me down, pal. I was really rooting for
you. Too, bro. And the coolers hit, it is what it is. It was a coin flip. With the odds slightly on my side. Already making a pair, but oh well.
In poker, we call him the bubble boy because he lost right before the prize, unfortunately.
I deserve to lose. I cheated a couple stonks into some bids last night to fill a position, because like most people who cheat their stonks into bids, they're one of the few projects left that has liquid. And so yeah, I accept that. I deserve to lose.
Yeah, karma kind of got you there, huh?
Bro, that's the other thing to think about too, from the perspective that a lot of people don't think about just for the utility vertical, right? If you have a utility vertical and it is a bunch of those different promos, etc., like, you're doing these massive events throughout the year, and that's the big thing, that's the focus of the project. Again, dude, like the cash burn for that's insane. So you have to constantly be able to look for some type of way to be able to extract value from the community to be able to make it sustainable. And I think that's a big reason why a lot of projects that had these big mints at the very beginning have kind of fizzled out a little bit too. One, like, it's like, dude, I could name so many CT projects that just aren't alive anymore. Not just the NFT Twitter side of things, but like projects that started from CT founders that raised infinite more that just do not even exist at this point, basically. Dude, like, how much did Tubby Cats get from the mint?
Less than 10 projects that are even out there anymore at this point. Like,
yeah,
it's rough out there. People are down bad, and people are just trying to scrape any amount of liquidity out of people that they can, and some are more successful than others. But yeah, time to thin out your bags, rotate into your
wait,
projects
big
that
win for
will be
Dr.
yours.
Satoshi there, brought it home. Okay, so Dr. Satoshi, I need to figure out what their Twitter is so I can get a hold of them. If not, I can get a hold of them on Discord. Dr. Satoshi / Sheldon, shoot me a DM. So yeah, you guys shoot me a DM. I'll send you your stonks. Congratulations. So I will send 2 stonks to Dr. Satoshi, 1 stonk to Sheldon. Congrats to everybody there. Rooster, I actually really liked the timing of this one. This was about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Our last ones, I swear, have been like 2 hours and 15 minutes each.
Yeah, just because more people. But yeah, the blinds at the end really do start hitting. I try to keep it at roughly 1.5 hours average time, hopefully. But you never know, dude. Sometimes, like, I'll hop in a tournament online, and like 3 hours into late registration, and I'll like join a turbo tournament. No, I still end up sitting in that tournament for like 6 more hours if I make it to the final table. And at that point, like, sometimes I'm just like, I'm ready to be done. But every position, your winnings go up a little bit. So sometimes, yeah, I get myself into tournaments that I think are only a few hours left, and I'll end up sitting there for like 6 or 7 hours, and it's rough.
Rooster, I fell asleep during a final table in that situation. Like, I'm in bed. It's like 3 a.m. I have work the next day. I'm in a final table. It's only a $50 tournament, and it's just like how much money I'm going to win is not enough to keep me awake, and I've like legit fallen asleep. So I feel you.
Okay, well, we got Dr. Lucky on stage, who I'm assuming is Dr. Satoshi. Welcome up, man. How are you doing?
Doing well, brother. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Congrats, Dr. Lucky.
Thank you, guys.
So I want to hear, why'd you go to Dr. Satoshi on the poker game versus Dr. Lucky on here?
It's a long story short is my Telegram got deactivated. I used to be Dr. Satoshi there, and then I had to make a new handle, so now I'm Dr. Lucky.
Okay, that's fair. Well, walk us through what happened.
A bit of luck, a bit of skill, and just good vibes overall.
Bro, I'd love to hear it, and love seeing you plugged in. So how long have you been plugged into the Stonk community for? I mean, I don't know how I've never encountered you, and you have like 50 mutual followers, and they're basically all people that are Stonk holders. So I apologize for never encountering you before, man, but it's good to have you up here.
Yeah, man, I've been in crypto now for more years than I'd like. I've been part of the community a few years, and yeah, just generally trading NFTs, trading large caps, shit coins, everything.
So when did you get your first stunk?
Probably about 2 years ago now. I got to double check the chain, but yeah, it's been at least 1 or 2 years.
Wait, were you a minter? An OG minter?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so you got it after the mint. No, that's
Yes.
awesome, man. So you got
Yeah.
it like probably not too long after that. Love to hear that you've been here since. I got to ask, was it your first NFT?
No, my first
Okay, so you
NFT.
are a DGen then.
Yeah, I minted. I think in around when was Dodge Pound? That was one of my first mints.
Dude, I don't know. It was sometime in like late 2021, I think.
Yeah, so I think that was my first NFT mint.
Like a little bit before the stonks.
But yeah, I'm holding
A little
like about
disappointed.
10 stonks, give or take.
Bro, that's
He's also an
amazing.
Abasho.
Oh yeah,
You can't
I got three Abashos too.
Yeah, you don't recognize a fellow Abasho brother here.
Okay, well I'm following him back now. So that's my bad.
Appreciate it.
The situation's fixed. I'll DM you, get that ETH address from you, and I'll shoot you those 2 stonks. And we got Sheldon that just requested to come up on stage too. Let's bring him up, get his feedback. Mr. Sheldon, what is going on? You there?
My mic was off.
You're good, brother. You're good. What's going on?
Yeah, very nice. I like the tournaments with the poker. In the first tournament, I already got one of the prizes at the 5th. I was 5th, I think. So this is my second.
Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. So I was going to say, I remember seeing your name in the past.
Yeah, I'm always with the poker tournaments. I minted an Wonky Stonk back in the days and a badge. And after that, I kept them. So
you're an OG holder, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, of course.
I love seeing OG holders.
How many random OG holders are out there that we still, almost 2 years now, are still encountering? It's phenomenal.
Bro, it's still happening. Like every week we'll have a stage. Like
crazy.
Frederick was the one last week that was out of nowhere. We had never seen him before. He's like, oh yeah, I've held since mint. There are a lot more than you think that are actually still really active, that are just kind of hanging out in the background.
You should put a tweet out one day and be like, if you're an OG mentor, comment below or like this tweet. We got to find these people, man.
I'll do it. So Sheldon, tell me your story, man. How'd you get plugged into crypto?
Yeah, I was in crypto in 2017, I think. The first coin I bought was Digibyte. I searched for it today and it still exists. In the top 200, I saw.
DocuSign with Digibyte, baby. I remember that narrative.
And then I made a lot of money with that. I've been through the 2 cycles, so I lost a lot of money. But in the end, I'm doing well.
Well, I appreciate you joining and coming to introduce yourself, man. Congrats again for the, I guess for the podium finish today.
Thank you, man.
So I shot
Thank
you a
you
DM,
guys
Dr. Lucky, shot you a DM as well. And you guys shoot me your ETH addresses. I will get you those stonks sent your way.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Adios. So that is it for this week, fellas. I want to thank again DevChart for coming up. Rooster again, shout out again to Lumber for the 250th stonk this week. Love to see it, man. Cube, great having you back as always. 80s, glad that you were able to come up, man. Sandy, thanks for the commentary. I guess the brand newest stonk holder out there. And congrats again to the winners. Rooster, you nearly got there, bro. Nearly this time. And, the funny thing is, any other week that we would have been there, if it was a few more people in the tourney, you would have actually been on the podium.
Well, you realize, and okay, I'll divulge the information now. I purposely, bust the bubble just because we can't have the accusations.
Oh,
Rooster set up the tournament and he won. Oh, Rooster must be. Oh, yeah, we're trying to avoid that. So enjoy the stonks, winners.
Now that I'm a Rooster key holder again, by the way, I'm expecting really bullish things from that. So,
dude, whatever I got to do for you to hold that, and I buy a couple more, I'll release Peep. I'll whatever you need, bro. Just please pump my share.
I love you, man. All right. Well, we will see you guys this next week. Congrats again to the winners. And thank you guys for stopping by. And the next time I do this, I'll be smart and I'll stream it. So we don't run into the issue we did this time. Apologize again for that, Dev. But yeah, y'all take it easy. And we will see you guys next week around this same time, same place. Wonky Stonks are inevitable.